Holy shit. Oh. Oh. Trade recap. Now, fortunately, today was a better day. I mean, yesterday I made more profits, but the reason why it was a better day because the trade was a bit more coordinated. It wasn't, based only on scalps because of too high probability. Couldn't, find like clean confirmation, which which confluences into a trading setup. If you get me. So yesterday I had to scalp if I wanted to be profitable, and but today the thing is, yes, there wasn't as solid confirmation like usually, like the past few weeks. But still, I was able to, let's say, find like a still, good enough setup where I can actually, could place a clean position, like a clean trade, which is on a scalp. So it's getting better. The market is recovering. I'm about to get my chill back after all this stress. But yeah, I mean, it's only like, let's say something big or completely different happens, something big happens, then I'm getting a bit off track because of the shock. But then I remember that I am the fucking guy, that I am me, and then I get back on track and make shit happen. But yeah, before I going to glaze myself, let me just start off the trade recap. All right, today I was looking at, as you can see here, your USD, JPY, and GJ. Now I was looking for certain things, but clearly I think on these two pairs it was like the poorest confirmation. I couldn't see anything within there where I could actually could have placed a trade. Now there were like, of course, few things, but only two things. Like, you barely have confirmation, but the problem is you have very poor confluence. And with I mean, if you don't have a lot confirmation, but let's say strong ones, like good conviction, and then which leads to a very strong and solid confluence, because of the very few but strong confirmation leads to this strong confluence. Then it is sometimes alright when you place a trade, based on, of course, the few confirmation you have, but they are strong, and also in combination with you market experience and yeah, stuff like that. Now I had this kind of thing with GJ, but I couldn't see like there wasn't enough for UJ and Euro USD. Gold, not even worth it to mention. But yeah, so I ended up taking a trade on GJ. Now, what did I do? Of course, as always, the first very thing I do, daily buys. Obviously, it was bearish, and also when I look, it was zoom out, it makes sense to me. It was like kind of choppy, and then because yeah, then it just went down, it broke structure, and then I saw, okay, here's like this one leg extension up, and then, no, this one leg up, but then proceeds with the extension. So I wasn't like concerned that, there will be like a crazy daily bias shift. And also how it looked like in the wicks, and just the whole behavior when I look throughout, the whole chart on the daily. And it's just like, in my opinion, like lower probability that there will be a daily bias shift, because this was like the problem the past few days with this very volatile market and the high impact news. Also, yeah, then, it's not necessary to do this every single time, but I just like to do it, okay? Because I also see on the weekly, I mean, it's bullish, but there's like a big wick coming out, and the monthly is obviously bearish. But now it doesn't matter that much, because it's say daily bias is bearish, and weekly and monthly are like also very bearish. Then this is only extra confirmation for even more confluence. But if you don't have these things, it's not that terrible or that bad. But what counts on the daily bias, if you see like a large wick, which could be like a sign for very high probability for a daily bias shift. Because you have to understand, with trading, day trading, you may have your strategy and your trading plan, which you follow very strictly, but you also need to, let's say, read between the lines, because then it's at the end, on what it counts is on high probability. if you have like a high probability of this happens or not. And I mean, all this building blocks and confirmation is only to sort to validate and find those, just to declare and find those high probability movements. So overall, it's like literally only reading and, predicting, or more like reading high probability within the charts. So yeah, now in this scenario, luckily, like unlike these two pairs, GJ had like a very low probability with the daily bias where I was looking at opening London session. Then I kept scaling down. What did I see? Of course, from yesterday, this fat ass week when Trump announced the tariffs break for 90 days. Like at the same moment, increasing the tariffs, but also taking a break 90 days, and then it comes to force, which made it to go like fat ass up, and obviously it broke structure. And now, what I was also suggesting, order block, of course, as you can see, fed as order block, filling out orders. And what I also see is here imbalance. So this will definitely go up, but we are here on the daily buys, right? So I think the next days it will go up because, yeah, I mean, break of structure, order block, imbalance to the upside. But anyways, we are looking for short. So we saw a break of structure on the upside, and then we were looking right there. So it was like going down before the extension keeps going up to follow the trend. So then, yeah, exactly. I knew what's going to happen. So that it will go a little bit down because of the daily bias and especially what happened yesterday. So it will take like a few hours. So I think more likely like days before it goes up. So I was looking for confirmation in the 5 minutes to go short. So what did I see? Now this time I didn't have a lot of confirmation. So this time I actually was like more aware of these other things, which I thought sometimes was always too late, and this was like the first time where I actually used this. What am I talking about? Looking from the highs and lows from the previous sessions, like Asia sessions, 2 a.m., where Tokyo market opened. Um, we see it went up, and then like before open, like it started like, well, just about the open London session, it started to go all down. So I thought it took out the previous highs here, and now what we can also see right there, area of accumulation, rally, and now what we also see here, there, bam, going down, liquidity was swept. And the thing is, I wanted to go in already there, right around about here. But the thing is, it was like too risky. I needed more, let's say, confirmation. So I waited until I could be sure that it was a break of structure, or at least shifting the trend. So I was waiting, and actually, I saw, okay, it's like too much down and actually to go up and to proceed with the uptrend. So this was for me like a liquidity. So I was trading based off this liquidity sweep, like in combination with the daily bias. Like this was like the two main reasons why I took this trade. Of course, also break of structure, but really prior to this break of structure and other things, daily bias and liquidity sweep, and of course, yeah, the market shift. So then, where I had like enough confirmation, I was like very pretty confident and safe and sure that it will go down. I took short to take profits. This area of liquidity, sorry, and these Asia lows. And actually, I thought was thinking it will take out the Asian lows out, which actually ended up with proceeding to go even more down. So now I can tell you what I believe it's going to happen. It goes down, boom, pretty choppy. It will go a bit, sideways, consolidating, and then go up again, taking out these highs because of the other things I mentioned from the beginning, but they were not important to me because I was at the beginning of the London session, and I was working with the daily bias at this moment, and also the other things I was looking at, and in combination with the highs and lows from the different session. So this time it was like I literally the very first time where I ever was using highs and lows from different session to use as confirmation for the confluence to actually take this trade. And I have to be honest, round about there, I went outside to buy groceries, and I got kind of impatient. I was also, to be honest, kind of screwed over from the past few days because yesterday I couldn't take a clean trade. I had to scalp to be profitable. So also, and also in combination with all the things which are happening right now, I was kind of screwed. So I closed the position, but I reopened some about here, and yeah, took a bit more profits than only taking this hitting this take profit. But yeah, as you can see, it took in theory both take profits, and I could have taken more if I wouldn't have closed it here. But fortunately, the gap or the difference is not that big, because I knew it. I knew it. But yeah, now of course, it's only an excuse, and as I mentioned, it actually got better when I think from the past few days. I'm getting back on track because, as I mentioned in one of my videos, I didn't even know if I uploaded this. But right now, let's say it's a lot is going on in my life for the past new for the the next 2 to 3 weeks. A lot of shit is going on. And when I make it through this, also at the same time trading, learning, and all making profits and even passing accounts, and everything after that is going to be child's play. Well, not. And the thing is, in fact, it doesn't even matter if I pass or if I pass the challenge or not. Just overall, when I make it through this month, then everything is going to be child's play. I can explain it in a separate video when when in the near future I pass the account and I withdraw my first profits. But right now, it's like the only thing I need to know. And I see I just can fucking do it. I can even scalp. The thing is, of course, my emotions sometimes, oh, yeah, they cause me to do stupid things, blowing accounts, like being very close. But overall, I'm still fucking profitable. And now for the long run, now, as I mentioned, now I'm getting my shit together because this is what we do. This is what I do, what I have to do, and I want to do and will do. I get my shit together, get back to work, and just earn some mental toughness, and then in combination, going through this current hard for the next 2 weeks, 2, 3 weeks, in combination, like even toughening my mind even more, and then also thinking about, or just adding to it that after this, everything is going to be easier. I'm going to be fucking undefeatable. Like, of course, not like in terms I'm the fucking shit, don't get me wrong, but I think it's also a bit hard for you to relay what I mean. But for me, for myself, when I think about, all these things I experienced, went through, blah blah blah, you get me? And I also, just look at it rationally because now it's not like because I don't feel like I'm not very hyped up because this trade is like I think 2 hours, like more than 3 hours ago. But when I think it now, because right now I have like a state of sobriety, and in my state of sobriety, I can say when I make it through this next few weeks, then everything is going to be literally free for me. It's going to be like child's play, honestly, bro. So yeah, this was a bit more motivational than actually trying to recap, but yeah. And also, I had to make sure that it is like few hours before actual high impact news because today is CPI. Damn, today is very high impact news for the dollar. And by the way, I just want to check it again because before I took this trade, I tried to still scalp Euro USD as I mentioned. I still got kind of my mind was screwed over from the past few days. How things hits me and stuff like that. Just like weak excuses, but still it got to me for this very moment and caused me to do stupid mistakes. But still, overall, I was able to get my shit back, my shit together, and end up with $300, over $300 in profits. So yeah, now I have 362.53 dollars left. Then I pass the first stage, and the second stage is like really easy. It's like only needs the profit target is 500. It's really not that hard. But yeah, so I'm actually not that far anymore. I I think tomorrow. Yeah, probably I will pass it. Um, yeah, as long as I stick with my rules and discipline and all this, yeah, I think you get me. And you can see, damn boy. Wait, what was actually the profit target? Only $500. Crazy. That's not hard. All right, man. So I'd say that's the trade recap. Making more, getting for the bag tomorrow, and yeah, passing the first challenge. No, not step phase one. Just passing the challenge so I can start to make some money, and then I make easy profits. I can withdraw the first money, and then soon, but very very sure things will get easy because one thing, I created a demo account on MT5 of 3K account size, and right now and I created like 1 week ago, and right now the account size, like the equity of this demo account is 6,368. I more than doubled it. So when I like only in rational from a rational perspective, in combination without being forced to follow these annoying objectives and rules, then you can see it's everything after this few weeks, like the next 2 weeks, is going to be child's play. It's really going to be child's play. So I'm very hyped up, going for the bags, picking up my McLaren, and I know what you think. Yo, fucking insane, bumbaclat. But no, honestly, you don't know the context, but you don't need to. It's enough that I know it. So yeah, with that being said, cheers.